Welcome to Alteryx Gen AI Tools. In this video, we'll walk through the Synthetic Input Tool, a powerful way to generate synthetic datasets using large language models. Let's ground it in a real use case. Imagine you're building a workflow to analyze e-commerce performance, but you don't yet have access to production data. You need realistic records that include order details, customer information, and transaction-level data. The Synthetic Input Tool lets you describe that dataset and generate it on demand, with values that make sense together. Start by dragging the Synthetic Input Tool onto your canvas. This tool doesn't require an input dataset. It creates one from scratch. But it does require the LLM Override tool, which provides the model connection. Drag that onto your canvas and connect it. Now open the configuration panel for the Synthetic Input Tool. Let's fill it out using our example. In the use case field, enter a dataset of online retail transactions including customer and order details. Then, specify the fields you want to include. You might enter customer name, email, order date, item name, quantity, total price. You can leave out fields like item price if you want the model to infer it. Then choose how many columns you want. If you want the model to infer a few extras, you might set this to 8. And specify the number of rows to generate. Let's say 100 for now. Remember, more rows doesn't necessarily mean more tokens or cost. That's because the tool scales the data using Python, not through raw LLM calls. Now, let's set up the LLM connection. Click the blue Set up a Connection button to link to your Alteryx Analytics Cloud workspace. You can use an existing connection or create a new one using the Data Connection Manager. If this is your first time, click New, fill in the details of your cloud workspace, and establish your credentials. When you click Connect, you'll be prompted to authenticate. Model selection is optional in the LLM Override tool. If you don't specify one, the tool defaults to Gemini 2.0 Flash. Note that the default model will change over time as new models become available. If your selected provider doesn't support the default model and you haven't chosen an alternative, the workflow will fail, so make sure to select a model if you choose a provider other than Gemini or Vertex AI. Once everything is set, click Run. The tool will return a synthetic dataset with 100 rows, including fields like customer name and order date, where each record is internally consistent. For example, an order might show a customer name, a matching email, an item purchased, and a total price that reflects the quantity and item price. How does it do this? Behind the scenes, the LLM is prompted to act like a database architect. It decides which supporting tables would need to exist, such as a product catalog or customer list, and it simulates how those would be joined to create a transactional dataset. It generates code to build that output and runs it automatically. The result is a realistic flat table, perfect for testing, prototyping, or demos. And since it uses Python to scale the rows, generating larger datasets doesn't increase LLM usage proportionally. A few key reminders before we wrap up. Synthetic input only requires the LLM Override tool as input. It doesn't need source data. It's best used for generating transactional tables, where values like customer info, dates, and order details are tied together. For more structured dimensional data, like a list of all products or customers, we recommend using the prompt tool with a custom instruction. And finally, more rows doesn't always mean more tokens. The tool generates logic once and uses code to scale, which keeps costs predictable and results coherent. That's the Synthetic Input Tool, your fast path to generating realistic data for design, testing, and prototyping. In the next video, we'll explore prompting best practices, how to write clear instructions to get the best results from your LLM-powered tools.